of YouTube. This is the first time seeing me out of my chair. Hey, this is awesome. First time seeing me out of my chair. And I'm doing a little bit of walking around my house, doing a little vlog for you guys. So, I was going to tell you guys a juicy story about when I was in culinary arts. And that will be right after these messages. No, there's no messages. This is kind of weird for me. First time doing a real life vlog out of my chair. Yes, I'm in my room that I do my videos in, but I'm out of the chair, walking around, getting a little feel for it. We need to quit looking at the picture and look at the camera. So guys, there's my mess. Oh, I don't want you guys to see that. I have a mess on my desk. But what I wanted you guys to know about my culinary experience is spicy and with milk. Has to do with milk. There's a lot to do with milk. But I'll be seeing you guys back in the chair here in a second, because it's kind of hurting my arm doing this. We're all getting, oh, you guys are seeing mess. There's more mess. Oh, mess. Everything is a mess in my room. Well, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Well guys, I am back with the pink headphones on, as you like to see. As you guys can see, man, I'm messing up lately because it's been a couple of days since I put my last video out. As you guys can check out my channel, my last video was Battlefield 1 Expectations. I'll try to drop that in the link in the description below. But today's discussion I wanted to share with you guys was my time in culinary arts. It was a special time. It was back from 2009 to 2011, and it was great times. And 2010 to 2011. 2010 was my junior year, and we were in that. I got into culinary arts, and I'm not going to be saying anybody's names in this story, just to protect their identities and everything. You guys know what I mean by that. Well, here we go. This was the story of how I made chili for the first time by myself. I made chili before, but not by myself. Well, our chef, he gave us instructions on how to make our food, and we followed them step by step from paper. And I put a little extra in it. Really shouldn't have, but it was funny. And I was making my chili, and the funny part was everybody, I was taste testing it, and everybody comes over and they're like, "Chef, can we taste test this chili?" And everybody's taste testing chili, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't taste it. It was good enough the first time." So everybody was like throwing away their plastic spoons and getting more spoons, and it was like 5 different people, and they just did it 3 or 4 times. And the chef was finally like, "Guys, enough. We ain't gonna have chili to serve to our customers in the restaurant." And then here's the jackpot. I threw a little cayenne pepper in there, threw a little more pepper in there. This is what I did. I took a jalapeno pepper. I cracked it open. This was my jalapeno pepper that I brought to school. That I brought to school for this, and I just went, no, it wasn't a jalapeno, it was a habanero. I cracked it open, squirted all the seeds in there, and continued to throw some more chili pepper in there. Stirred it up. Well, that was a bad idea. I ate chili. I don't know if anybody else ate the chili. I know a teacher ate the chili. And he liked it. He liked it, but he needed milk. So he's like, can I get a glass? He gets a server over there and asks, can I get a glass of milk? Well, we make him pay for the glass of milk. Oh, man. We had some good times in culinary. I had a lot of friends in there from my original main school. Always dreamt of opening up a restaurant. But the time I made chili and I had to bring up a habanero pepper to school and squirt all the seeds in there, and I made it as hot as possible, and that's not the way we're supposed to make it in culinary. There's going to be more stories of culinary arts, a lot more. This is just episode 1. Well, I can tell you guys another story. I can tell you guys that every single day when I would walk in, we'd get changed and get dressed into our stuff. Well, there was this girl that was back at our home school. She wasn't necessarily clean. I mean, maybe she took showers, but she was a you know what. And they would say, like, her name plus a crusty you know what, and I would puke every single day. Every single, no joke. My esophagus is probably ruined from how many days I had to go into school and hear of this person's crusty you know what and throw up. It was fun. We did some weird things in that class. Our class was fucked up, if I tell you. We had a fucked up class, but I loved every one of them. Excuse me, guys, I do this almost every video, John, but our class was literally a bunch of remedial kids from Canton South and Perry. We were just a bunch of remedial kids. I don't even know how we ended up in here. We all loved cooking, and we were all semi-good at it. Some of us were good at it. Oh, yeah, I've got another story for today. But there's plenty more. These aren't how my normal videos are. I normally talk about gaming and news of gaming and make funny little clips of gaming that I do on my Xbox One. But there was a competition. It was competition day in our classroom among our group. It was like a tag team thing, and I was kind of the odd person out, so I went and worked with 2 other kids from my class, and we misused the instructions. Our chef said, go find what your ingredients for what you're going to make. We were just making stuff from scratch for a competition, kind of like Iron Chef, but we were allowed to go and get whatever we wanted from the ingredients on our list. We weren't allowed to just get in everything. Excuse me. Well, I decided I slid over the potatoes. Well, we started, excuse me guys, we started making mashed potatoes. And personally, I like mashed potatoes with my skin left on it, so we left the skin on it, just softened it up and started beating it. we just started whipping up our eggs and stuff. Don't mean to make that gesture, but when I say whipping up the eggs, I meant whipping our potatoes. We started whipping it up, and they were smelling and looking so good. Put some butter, some salt, some milk, some pepper. Oh, delicious. I can just imagine it right now, but that wasn't on our ingredient sheet. I forget what else we made. We made a meat and a vegetable. Well, the potato was the vegetable. We made mashed potatoes. We made a meat to go with it, and we made something else. I forget. But we ended up winning the competition. Chef said, if this was a real competition, guys, you would not win because you didn't use something that was not on the list. That's how we kind of talked. He was a good guy. I loved him. I would hire him to work in one of my restaurants if I ever opened one up. He said he would be a dishwasher. You guys can hire me to be a dishwasher. Oh, another funny thing is, we asked him the one time, our chef, we asked him, did you ever have an orgasm while eating? And this was his comeback. Well, and everybody just busted up laughing. He was like, well, so, he was like, there was one time, and then we just couldn't take it anymore. We were cracking up, busting up laughing. You had to have been there to experience the funniness and everything that went on in that class. We were just a bunch of fuck-ups. That's what we were. We were a bunch of fuck-up kids that ran a restaurant 5 days a week, 4 days a week. And it was a beautiful thing. And if you guys are still sticking around while watching this video, thank you guys. Hit that like button. Comment down below. And I'll catch you guys in another video. Thanks for watching. This is T-Bone Steak from Central Gaming Network. And I'm out of here.